Some of the things that I think about is the water serpent, the Avanu, maybe my own personal connection to water and, Pueblo people and Tewa people and Santa Clara Pueblo specific, that the Avanu is a very iconic symbol in our culture. It represents rain, it represents a gentle flow of water, but then it also shows the power of water, also the destructive power in that sense as well too. As old Mark Twain said, or wrote rather, whiskey is to drink and water is to fight over. And that's very much a common thing here in the Southwest. Sometimes we don't realize how precious water is, but then also how much of a commodity of it is, and drinking and buying water, bottled water, and that's something that we've become accustomed to. And I imagine only in the future it'll start changing. We'll probably have to put a nickel, if coins, or rather we'll have to swipe our ATM in the water fountain to get a drink. That may be where our future is headed right now. But water is one of those elements necessary in life and necessary to create this pot here. So you can see all the representations of water that's used to create this vessel, in terms of processing the clay, having the wet clay moisture to form the vessel. And then even in terms of the firing pottery, it has to be on a calm, dry day, to create this pot. So without water, we wouldn't be around, being that humans are 70% plus water-based creatures. In terms of destructive nature, would probably be drought, erosion, fracking, removal of groundwater and creating sinkholes and fault lines, and water compacts, having states that border New Mexico that we're providing water to, water rights issues of tribes, global warming. That's also part of the things that I think of as I look at the pot as well. And some of those things, as in my own personal work, I usually try and highlight some of those environmental concerns, the preciousness, sacredness of water, and how important it is to Pueblo culture and Pueblo life, and that our dances and our ceremonies revolve around water in terms of our songs and our prayers, our incantations for rain and snow and moisture. So those are some of those things that I think about as I look at the pot and reflect on in my work.